Welcome back to the Wargaming Den. Another game of Kings of War for you today. This week's game sees my Varangur once again taking on Gordon's Ogres. The mission we're going to be playing is Smoke and Mirrors. We're playing at 2,300 points. My list is very similar to last week. I am taking once again the two regiments of Night Raiders. I've got the two troops of human tribesmen, which I think make pretty effective chaff for the army. 3 regiments of mounted sons, 2 have got the guys of the Deceiver. Regiment of Tundra Wolves, this time I've given them Brew of Strength, so they hit a wee bit harder on the charge. And they got Pathfinder, so that's pretty handy on them. 2 mages, one's got the Boots of Levitation and the Alchemist's Curse, along with his Lightning Bolt. The other one's got Lightning Bolt and Hex. The 2 Thanes on Frostfang I always take, one with a Snowbox, the other one's got a Trickster's Wand, Snow Troll Prime, and the Lord on the Chimera. So I've got 14 units, 22 unit strength, 4 inspiring units. And here we have Gordon's army, which is exactly the same as last week. So to get up to the 2,300 points, he's got a regiment of warriors. He's got 4 units of chariots, 2 regiments and 2 hordes, so a lot of firepower there. 2 troops of boomer chariots, which gives them the stealthy aura, and they work as pretty good chaff as well. He's got Manny with his brutal and inspiring and stuff. 2 red goblin blasters, which are always dangerous. The crocodile wranglers, usually a bit of a pain in the butt, and again the 3 sergeants on chariots. So 14 units, same as me, 21 unit strength and 4 inspiring units. Right, let's have a look at deployment. We're using a Shroud of the Reaper map this week, so very different to some of the maps I've fought on before. Half of the table is very terrain heavy, a couple of buildings, a couple of woods, ponds, etc. So that's great terrain for my army because I'm pretty good with Pathfinder. Very open on the other side. Has got 2 hills blocking line of sight. It's got a wall there. But yeah, this is good terrain for the chariot, so no surprise that this is where Gordon's deployed his. He's put 3 objectives along the centre line. These 2 are probably the dummy counters. I've put 1, 2, 3 scoring units around here, and those are my 2 dummy units. So I've got my Night Raiders to go through the woods. I want to be just plinking away with bows as much as I can. I've got a Thane, and my Tundra Wolf's also good with that bag going. Gordon's just covered that flank with his regiment of warriors. He's got the crocodile wrangler down there as well. Otherwise, the chariots are going to be coming through this way. I've got my tribesmen troops. Take this chaff. I want to push them forward as quickly as I can. I've got a couple of Thanes and Snow Trolls that look again connect as chaff if necessary. And then I've got my hammers 1, 2, 3, 4. So I really want him to hit my chaff units and then counter punch if I can. And also I've got chipping damage with my lightning bolt magus and the one with Alchemist's Curse. So be interesting. I think it's going to be a pretty brutal game once we get going, but we will see. And just a look down the battle line there. So very intimidating once again. That's a lot of chariots lined up, ready to go, and my guys down on the far side. So definitely going to be a skewered battle, I would think. Let's get on to turn 1, eh? Turn 1, Ogres, no shooting, just advancing in a mass onto the hill. I'm assuming there's a few objectives on this side, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Now on to my turn. Not too much from me in return. Move forward, bit of chaff, and my lightning bolts and my Night Raiders tried to target the boomer chariots there. 1 wound on them, and that's the only damage so far. So moving on to Gordon's turn 2. And in response, Gordon charged my screen of tribesmen with his chariots. I think I've got a nerve of 10, 12, so that's not going to end very positively, I wouldn't think, for either of my 2 regiments, my 2 troops there.
Okay, Gordon's turn 2. Charged in here, smashed my 2 chaff units with his chariots and then moved back a bit. It's about to be my turn 2. Let's get ready to rumble. An awesome army. Okay, I threw my guys in, didn't do as much damage as I would have hoped. Managed to... Did I kill a... I killed a sergeant, but I didn't get the chariots there.
Chariots.
And I killed the boomer chariots. So not as effective as I wanted. And over here, I got double ones needing 3 to get that regiment. So on to turn 3. Here come the Ogres. End of Gordon's turn 3. He has 4 wounds on my Tundra Wolves. He put 4 wounds on my Chimera guy. Killed my Night Raiders that were in here. 2 wounds from some shooting on my Snow Troll. I got lucky there. Those Sons of Korgan, 5 wounds. He killed the other Sons of Korgan. So things are definitely in the balance. Going on to my turn 3.
And here's just a bit of an overview. So yeah, lost my Sons of Korgan in here, engaging in here. I was fighting the chariot, but he withdrew, I think. And then over there, I took some wounds from the regiment that didn't die last turn, thanks to the double one.
And a sergeant.
Okay, so
2 sergeant. No,
brutal turn. That turn, I got a couple of regiments. A sergeant. The warriors died over there, so I'm about to be hit by the big nasty units. I failed to do any wounds against the guy I wanted to kill over here, so that's going to come back to bite me. But on to turn 4 for the Ogres. Okay, a brutal turn 4. I lost the Sons of Korgan there. Troll got lucky and only got wavered by a blaster. He only hit me 5 times. Took out my Thane here with the other horde. So it's a very, very brutal game. But there's a 2 objective there. And there was a 1 somewhere, but it must be under one of the units. So about to have turn 4 for Varangur.
Yeah, and there we have it. Pretty brutal turn 4 by Gordon. So we're clearing out the centre here. Blaster, he was very unlucky. He only got 2 hits out of 6, I think, into my troll, which became 5 hits with the exploding dice thing, and then didn't do enough to kill my prime. He's just wavered there. I've got my Thane there, cleared out in the middle here, killed another Thane, I think, and then the wolves were killed last turn, and he's moved back with the Wrangler to avoid the dogs which had turned around. So it's well and truly getting cleared out in the middle here, but it's a lot of action still to come.
Okay, end of my turn 4. Only got 5 wounds against those chariots. Unfortunately, I'd sent the Night Raiders in against the chariot horde there. Only got 2 wounds, so they're probably going to die this turn as well. I managed to get rid of the boomer there and the sergeant there. Manny's still about to go on a big rampage as well, though. So not many units left on the board as we're about to hit turn 5.
So let's just do a bit of a recap. So this is where things are looking at the end of turn 3. And then these guys die, he gets killed, and he gets killed. So we really clear out the centre as well on the next turn. So that last shot was the end of turn 3, and now if we look at where things are at the end of Gordon's turn, well and truly cleared things out. My Tundra Wolves are still alive at this stage though, so that's good because there's an objective there for them.
Never say die. My Sons of Korgan just got killed here by Manny and the chariots, and my Night Stalkers got killed there, and the dirty little Crocodile Wrangler killed my cunning plan with my Tundra Wolves. Mimo to self, make sure they're in the terrain where he can't get me without being hindered. So we're both down to about 4 or 5 units. All go for my turn 5.
Okay, end of Gordon's turn 5, beginning of mine. There is not a heck of a lot left on the table. I decide to hit the chariots here with everything I can. So this guy can just have line of sight. We've did a bit of checking, and he uses his nimble to come around this way. The troll comes around this way and gets the chariots, and as does the chimera. So the 3 of them do enough wounds to kill the chariots. I think he's on maybe 5 or 6 or 7 wounds going into this round anyway. And that left me with the lightning bolt here, and also with the magus who's lurking around somewhere. Lost him. He may be down in here somewhere. He comes out of their line of sight, and the 2 of them, Alchemist Curse and Lightning Bolt, these guys, and waver them, which means when it comes to Gordon's turn 6, he's really just left with Manny with no arcs to charge anybody, which I am very happy about.
Okay, my turn 5, I got the chariots, everyone attacked it, and I wavered that guy. So turn 6 for Gordon.
Okay, turn 6s and 7s, there wasn't a heck of a lot left on the table. As I said, I was able to skirt around and avoid the charge arcs of Manny, and then I just ganged up on him with everything I had and took him out. And over here, I wavered the Crocodile Wrangler and hit him in the last turn with the Thane. Didn't kill him. So that was the only unit left on the board for the Ogres. So in the end, I had 2 units holding this objective. So and one there. So 3-0 victory to the Ogres. So great game. Turns 2, 3, and 4 were extremely brutal and could have gone either way. As Gordon said afterwards, his chariot army does struggle to deal with chaff. He can't shoot them off or anything. But at the same time, it was a really dicey couple of rounds of charges and counter charges, with us both trying to find flanks that were exposed to hit things, and those combats could have gone either way. I think both of us had some rolls we were happy with, and then some rolls that we weren't. But as it turned out, the dice just bounced my way slightly, and I eventually got the advantage. This guy, the Chimera, tonight just was outstanding with his elite and melee. I got him into combat 4 times in this game, I think, and each time when I rolled to hit, I rolled at least 3 or 4 ones and was able to re-roll them, and ended up each time having 7 or 8 hits, most of which were converted to wounds. So that elite really paid dividends. It helped tonight. I decided to use them in the center, supporting my mounted sons. With all those chariots and stuff, I wanted as strong an area with the mounted sons as I could make it. Usually I have a tendency to put them out on the flank and try and go for a bit of a wander around the flank, and then come around and stuff. Gets them out of the action for probably a bit too long. So wanted to see what it would be like having a more central. And as it turned out, I was able to sit back and wait for a couple of turns for the right moment to charge. He does need to charge with another unit though. 10 attacks isn't enough by himself against bigger, heavier units, so he needs to be a combination charge piece, and that worked for me tonight. My Alchemist Curse guy as well tonight, I was well away from the Crocodile Wrangler. He had at least 3 or 4 turns of Alchemist Cursing, doing 3, 4, 5 wounds, and just chipping away, and the Lightning Bolt guy added a wee bit as well. So they both performed very, very well. I was very happy the way that my chaff was able to take those initial charges from the Ogre chariots as well. Before the last couple of games, I would have had to sacrifice a heavier unit to try and get those those charges to be drawn out, and then be on the back foot ever since after that. But tonight I managed to take the charges, and then, as I'd hoped to be able to do, counter charge with my mounted sons and my various heroes and stuff. So it was a good game. Next week we're going to go back to 2,000 points though. We've got a tournament coming up in Christchurch in about 4 weeks time roughly, so we want to get a couple of games in. My army is going to be the Varangur again. It's going to be similar to the list I took to Oamaru Onslaught. The only question is whether or not I can squeeze a Chimera in it at 2,000 points. I've got a couple of versions of the list, one which has got a couple of mages, the other's got the Chimera. The Chimera, 300 points is a big point sink in a 2,000 point game, so it does leave me with a few other areas of weakness as a result, and one less. I think the Snow Troll has to go if I do that list. So I want to try out those two lists in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and also Gordon's wanting to test out his Ogres at 2,000 points to see what he's going to end up taking as well. So yeah, looking forward to that. Very happy to have got another win against Gordon. They are usually few and far between, so very happy to have got 2 in a row, but I know next week is going to be another good tough game. I think my overall gameplay's improving and making it a bit more of a challenge for him in some of the games, which is always good. We like having good close games that could go either way. So yeah, as I said, look forward to the next one. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the game. Leave any comments if you got any suggestions or noted any things that I did wrong. Be happy to hear about those as well. But yeah, that's all for now. Ka kite anō. Take care.